I can hear you. I still sound like shit though, don't I?
No.
I feel like listening back. All right, we are live. Welcome everybody back to another edition of Chairgatin. I'm your host Rattlesnake, coming at you live once again from the Snake Pit here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, joined by my co-host Dakota, somewhere lost in the world. What up, Dakota?
I am in South Georgia. I am on the road again. The job calls. I'm saving lives. I'm just doing my thing.
Hardworking American.
And I'm having a good time, honestly. No, I mean, I miss my family, but I'm just out here living it, boy. We had a fucking crazy race this past weekend. We got Throwback coming up. A little bit of silly season drama. Let's get this thing going.
A lot.
What's up? It's Chairgatin coming at you live.
Hello, come right in. Rock, flag, and eagle.
I was thinking as you made that cool song the other day, I was like, that ought to just be the Chairgatin song.
Dude, okay.
It was cool.
I'm working on something for Chairgatin.
Okay, I didn't even like I'm not an AI guy, but I was like, this is kind of silly, but I kind of like it.
I know. I was like, you know what? We could use this to our benefit. It's so simple. So the one that I created for the Digga Creek camp, which I agree. I'm glad you liked it. I thought it was kind of fun. But with that one, I just put in a brief description of what I wanted them to talk about, with kind of the style I wanted it to be in.
Now, how do you do that? You just hey, put this in.
There's a website that you do it with, and it's free. Okay. But there's a more advanced version where you can actually create your own lyrics and get more in depth. And so I'm thinking about doing something like that for Chairgatin.
Yeah, I was wondering how did you put the lyrics in? That's weird.
Yeah, that one, it was auto-generated. But with the Chairgatin one, I wanted to pick the genre music. What genre music should it be, actually? What do you think? For Chairgatin, what should the genre be?
Good vibe reggae.
Good vibe reggae. Okay, I like that. I like that.
Treehouse, Slightly Stupid.
I wonder if I could get reggae with a southern accent.
Ooh, dude, you made that be a whole new
really cool
genre.
That would be really
badass.
Right?
Yeah.
What up, Cohen?
What up, Cohen? Logano, baby. They need to do something.
Yeah, dude. Ford needs to.
That 22, bro. What the fuck is going on?
I am going to post on TikTok also because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm trying to be better about this. So you're in South Georgia, getting drunk on the golf course, working really hard to save lives or whatever. Right?
Yeah, we're having a great time down here. So I sent a picture in the group chat yesterday. There's a big pond right here behind this hotel, and we went yesterday. We got off and we went fishing. It was cool.
Oh, that was right there where you're at?
Yeah, that picture in the background was the hotel.
Damn.
In the background was the hotel. Yeah, and I caught one. My buddy had one. It got off. But yeah, man. I mean, the road sucks, but we make the best of it.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm gonna be in North Wilkesboro.
Oh, it's bummer, dude. What a drag. What a drag. That sucks.
Oh my god, that's literally next week. Oof.
Oh, it is. Shit. So I got confused with the whole Kyle Larson Indy 500 thing. Because they're like, Kyle and Kevin's gonna practice and and I was like, yeah, it's literally all-star practice. He's got to qualify for the Indy 500. It's not people are like, what if Kyle wins? And I was like, yeah, it's qualifying. This isn't for the race. It's qualifying.
Right.
They do the Daytona, well, kind of like Daytona 500. They do it before Indy 500 does a big qualifying weekend.
Yeah. But it's a big deal to win that. That is a big deal.
Yeah, and he's practicing. They practiced for 3 days or some shit.
Yeah, just to perform for qualifying. Yeah. So I mean, it would be a big deal for him to win that. Also, he was racing in the high limit dirt race and then had to fly right back out to Kansas. So that was
he's fucking willing and dealing. He ought to do some sort of Ric Flair thing where he's high flying, limousine riding, They don't talk about, I don't know. It's they don't talk about it. I fly in a private jet everywhere I go. I'm badass. I'm rich. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just wish we had more pizzazz.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, he could like put on some Ray-Bans and just be like, "Yeah, mic drop. I won. Off to the next one."
But okay, so I guess speaking of Kansas, right? Speaking of Kyle Larson winning, immediately after the race, and we'll talk about the race, but just speaking of like Kyle Larson and his personality, immediately after the race, how did you feel about the 2 post-race interviews back? Kyle Larson obviously finds out that he was the winner, like right before they put a mic in his face, and then Chris Buescher is still trying to like
Process
look at
it.
a picture and being like, "Wait, what's happening?" How did
You
you
know
feel
what
about
bummed me
the
out? They were in the middle of doing the front stretch interview, and Kyle's like, "Yeah, I guess, all right." And
Yeah.
he like flipped the side by side, and like Chris Buescher's leaning, like looking at somebody's phone, like watching a replay. And I was like, "Dude, why they gotta do Chris Buescher like that?"
Yeah, they didn't.
With disrespect.
Yep. Yeah, and Larson's team's just kind of like fist bumping. They're like, "Oh, sick, dude, we won another one."
Hey, all right, cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked Larson's attitude. There's something about I like his vibe, but yeah, he doesn't have like a big dick energy necessarily, like you're talking about.
Yeah, like I wish he did.
He was just, dude. I was stoked for like second there. That was like just an amazing race, and he was just like, I just like his mentality. I'm just a fan of good racing, and he was just like stoked to be part of a badass battle.
And he doesn't ever really get all excited, so it was nice to see a change of that. And he's just usually like, "Yeah, we did it. What up, Nick? Mr. Buescher first on the squad pilot track. Yes, thank you. So let's jump right in it. Fucking Kansas was a badass fucking race. Dude.
Okay, Kansas. Yep.
I literally said last week, I was like, man, Kansas has not been letting us down. I hope we get a banger of a race. And dude, did we ever? I was literally what?
I was just saying, yeah, Kansas.
Yeah, like
hell of a fucking race.
It was not only an amazing race before the last lap, but then that finish was just like fucking mic drop, period, fucking cherry on top. Heyo. And it was so fun.
By the way, what's special about this shirt? What? This was the Sunday right before me and Samantha got married.
Oh wow, what a memento. It is a cool
October 21st.
Every time I always go do tracks, I look at shirts, I'm like, well, that shirt's gay.
I know. I like if it's my first time at the track or like my last time at the track though. Like I
wanted to get a Phoenix shirt. I was like, I'm gonna buy a Phoenix shirt.
Did you?
Like I was out there. No, they were all crap. They were all trash. Like I was like,
you gotta get one anyway. They always stuff.
No, they were trash and they were like $45. Like it's championship weekend, Phoenix, and I was like, I'm not paying that, and I don't want that crappy shirt.
Yeah, fair.
So it sucked and it sucked. Anyways. Kansas did not let us down, dude. We had multiple grooves, tire wear, comers and goers. Like there was passing left and right. The battle for the lead. Like Ross Chastain would not let it go. It was the first stage, and I was like, dude, this racing is phenomenal. Yeah, like this race is so fucking good. And then we had a melee of cautions there in the third stage. It was chaos. Denny won a stage. Chris Buescher won a stage. There was the drama with Chris Buescher. He was like leading as a Ford, got the second stage win, and then too many men over the wall, and you were like, no fucking way. Like, they just threw this away. Then there's a bunch of cautions. There's a lot of strategy flip. Looks like Denny's going to win. He's saving fuel. Truex comes out of nowhere. He's running down Hamlin, and then there's a yellow with Kyle Busch, RIP, fucking spins out.
Dude, it was Truex's race.
Kyle was fast all day, which has been the last 2 weeks. RCR speed has been great. There was a bunch of guys up there where you're like, holy shit, man, what is going to happen here? And then Truex took 4, and you're like, what? But he almost won the damn race, coming on that last restart. And them coming out
of 4 was the mistake of the day, right? Like
the 4 was the mistake. Like
it was the biggest mistake.
Yeah.
And, he lost so many positions, and
he went from second to 10th.
When you look at who battled for the lead, it was the guys coming out of pit road.
Yep.
You know, that's taking 4 was the biggest mistake of the day. Martin Truex Jr., it was his race, especially if Kyle wouldn't have caught that caution, it was going to be Truex.
That's one thing I was thinking about. I was like, if Truex took 2 there, he probably would have won the race.
I think so. The whole time I was thinking that. When they were coming out of the pit road, well, so I rewatched it yesterday. And when I watched him going into pit road, I was like, oh, this is where it was. And so I was like paying attention. When he came out, I was like, that's it. There it is.
Yep.
And when you look at the positions he made up, you're like, he would have won that race.
Yeah. He had a damn good car there at the end, and 4 tires was never the call. But hell, a lot of those guys he made 4 tires work. He passed like 9 cars.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they made their call. I mean, it's all like hindsight.
But also, it's like he's one bad block away from not passing anybody, you know?
Yeah.
And so he came motoring by. It was almost a 4-wide finish. Like, Truex hits the wall off 4 next to Chase Elliott, and they're right there almost next to Buescher and Larson coming in the line.
Right.
I was literally
it's up there.
They were almost 4 wide.
Yep.
But they were side by side for second or for third. And then my thing was they come in, they get the white, and Fox is like, the white flag.
Yeah.
Okay. No excitement, no talking, they don't give a shit. And Buescher goes low in 1 and 2, and Larson just rails it. And I'm like, dude, he's about to have a huge run down the back stretch. And he does. And you could tell, like, what's he going to do? And I'm thinking about, I'm watching TV, and I'm like, do not give him the top. Do not give him the top. Like, do not give him the top. And he fucking just, like, leaves Larson a lane. This week. Hey. And I was like, no fucking way he's going to let Kyle get next to him for a moment. The Buescher and Larson.
I really thought for a moment that Buescher and Larson would wreck each other and come down to Truex and Elliott. Yeah, honestly, that would have made
sense. I could have seen that when they were banging. Yep. But then Larson rails the top and it sticks. And Buescher, the nice guy is clean racing, is like, I'm gonna give it to him. And they're racing off the 4, and I'm like, dude, put him in the wall. Like, I was like, push him up. I was like, put Larson in the fucking wall.
Yeah, and honestly, he should have, because Larson might have done racing, it.
And they come down, and Larson just like body slams Chris Buescher. Yeah. And Chris Buescher's like, oh yeah, bitch, and hits him back. And I mean, I love to see it. They're going for the win. Like, the gloves are off at this point. And I was like, dude, like, Larson knew what to do in that moment. Buescher was like, I just want to try to win. Larson was like, no, I'm going to win.
Yeah. That's why the post-race interview where Buescher's just like obviously deflated and just bummed, and he just kind of keeps being like, well, we could have used a win there. It's like, yeah, well, then you should have like put him into the wall, you know? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm not like, I'm not for
Larson would have put him
a guy to win, but Larson would have done that to you. Yeah. And you don't have to wreck him out, but also don't let him by you, because
he was going passing me.
Right. Yeah. It's for the win. You don't have to take the guy out, but you can't let him pass. You got to win that race. And Larson made the move, you know?
Yeah.
He was coming down. He was like, nah, I'm not staying up here. I'm coming down.
Yeah. And I mean, it was fun. It was great. It was a crazy finish.
Awesome.
It reminded me of like Kurt Busch, Ricky Craven coming out of 4. They touch. Like,
yeah.
The thing is, like, the
announcement call, also in that versus what we got today.
The call could have been so much, like,
just think about what you just said. They touch. Like, you went immediately back to the call.
So you take that iconic moment and put a genius fucking great call from the broadcast booth with it, and it is just a like sealed case of good moment, like a replay they'll play forever. Now they'll just be like, oh, and Larson off of 4. The finish.
Well, they'll just take the audio out. They'll put in like music. They'll put like bam,
yeah. Wow.
NASCAR.
Dude, the call was terrible. And like Kevin's trying the best he can, but Mike Joyce calling the finishes. Let's get to that here in just a second.
Yeah.
Dude, the finish was great. Like, I know I said I didn't want Larson to win. Here you are. You fucking called it. You fucking got
to be fair, I couldn't have called this. This was fucking nuts.
I mean, Larson was this close to not being the winner.
Yeah, this was just nuts.
So that was fucking crazy. But you called Larson, and I literally, like, I couldn't even be mad. I felt bad. Wasn't mad Larson won. I, like, just felt bad for Chris Buescher. I was like, oh, man.
The fact that it was Chris Buescher definitely hits.
Yeah, at first they were like, oh, Buescher wins it. And I was like, yeah, that was
his
great.
Team,
like,
it's like, we're going to the playoffs again.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, good for them, man. That was pretty cool. Like, good for Buescher. And then they were like, oh, wait a second. And I was like, don't you fucking say it. I was like,
and Rick Hendricks just up there like, whoa.
Yeah. Rick Hendricks like, Yeah. And I'm just kind of like, no way. And they're like, and Larson is the winner. And I was like, are you like, I was like, are y'all serious? But then I was like, I can't be mad, man. That race was insane.
And that's kind of how Larson answered it. He was just like, I mean, that was just an insane
yeah, race. He was like, he was happy with second.
That's what he said. He was like, that was just a crazy race.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. What an iconic race. The only thing is, remember now, I think I told you, like, I'm worried that these Kansas races have been so good that, like, we're going to see, like, a normal boring race or just, like, a normal race at Kansas. We're going to be like, oh, what the fuck?
I was just going to say, I don't know the last time Kansas has had a boring race, though. Even a normal race at Kansas is still going to be, like, way better than –
So the bar keeps getting set so high at Kansas. I'm like we're – and now we're going to go back in the fall and be like, oh, they didn't finish 3 wide. What the fuck?
Yeah. But it just depends.
I don't remember.
Because if it's a short track or some bullshit road course, even a just boring Kansas is going to be better than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it was all around great, dude.
Yeah.
But let's get talking about this fucking autistic line of the start-finish line.
Also, real quick about Buescher bitching about like how he needed a win. I feel like Buescher is going to make it into the playoffs this year. Am I crazy?
They've kind of been quiet. Like they've been good. Like this was the most speed I've seen them have in like a couple races. Like
he has 2 top 5s. Like he has 6 top 10s.
This was definitely pointed in the right direction for Ford, and
he's 11th right now in points.
Yeah, I think they're like they just keep it up and they'll be okay.
Yeah, for him, it's not like if that was like a Noah Gragson, you know, or Ricky Stenhouse or something, I would feel a little bit more worried because I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, if they don't win there, they're probably not making it. But with Buescher, I'm kind of like, dude, just like don't be too bummed. Like just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good. You're probably gonna make it. Yeah, like you did great last year, dude. No one's forgot that. Yeah.
So
anyway, the line,
dude. So like we're watching it. Like I'm watching the replays. Fox is replaying the shit out of it, and I was like, dude, that's our finish line looks like wavy as fuck. Like I'm watching it, and I was like, the flat and the bank don't even line up. And I was kind of like I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh, what like conspiracy. I was just more like, is nobody gonna like question this? Like,
so my whole thing about that is, when has this ever been an issue before? Like, isn't every track like this?
So no, like if you look at some, they're like professionally painted, probably with some sort of tape or like a level. And I think somebody went out there with a couple beers in their hand and just like,
I feel like that's what most of the tracks look like. Maybe I'm
trying. No, dude, this is bad. This is to me, this is unacceptable. Like, and I'm not even being like, oh, this is bullshit. Like, I'm just like, dude, I mean, did no one look at this before the race and be like, maybe we should redo that?
Right. Like, but it's not like they actually use the painting, like, to determine.
So, and this is a problem I have too, is, the transponder says this, but we're going off the line with photo. Like, what are we doing here? Zoom in on this picture.
Y'all see where Buescher's top 5 on a mile and a half was this weekend? What?
That was Chris Buescher's like only top 5 at a mile and a half or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's so weird.
I saw the stat group chat. I didn't like validate it.
Yeah.
Look at the second screenshot.
Okay, you're sending me things. All right, let's see. Yeah, I've seen this. Right.
Yeah. Now zoom in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know, but like I get it, but like nobody uses that. Like no one's confusing that.
Why aren't we using the line? It's the first one to the line. They went off the photo.
Yeah, but like Larson was over the whole thing before. They weren't just like, oh, that little part that sticks out, that's where we're calling it. That's not how it works.
Okay, so I'm not even being serious. The banked line is like an inch closer to turn 4 than the flat line.
I know, yeah, I see that, but I don't think they were
Larson
counting
won by an inch. I'm just saying. Well,
no, that's not where they called it. That's not where they called it, though. They called it like across where the white line is, because you can see the difference between yellow and white right there.
Yeah, I know. Look at the white lines. Anyways, I'm saying
we're looking at the same thing. I think you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Look how terrible this is. Like, who painted this shit?
I agree. I just think
I
y'all
don't
are
even
like
care
making
what
a
we're going
bigger
off of.
deal
Look
out of
at
something
this
that doesn't
Mickey
matter.
Mouse kindergarten painting fucking finish line.
Y'all are making a big deal about something that really doesn't matter, and I feel like it's a lot of people that just don't like Larson.
They came down to a quarter of an inch win because of the line.
No, he was over both, like the whole line before it does. Like remove that little banking. Larson was still over the other line before Busher.
No, like it was like this much.
No, I'm telling you, I watched the thing. All right, whatever. We're not going to agree on this.
Okay, could we not have a better painted line? Yes, I'm actually taking Souls this trip.
Yeah, I agree. It is. Look, if I was a Busher fan,
Luna could paint a better line than that.
If I was a Busher fan, I would be like full on conspiracy mode right now. So I am not above acknowledge. I just think really doesn't matter. He won regardless.
Yeah.
You can shoot the straight line across and see that he was the first one across.
Well, you know what kills me too is like in situations like this, all of a sudden they're like, actually, we have a laser we shoot across the track. And it's like, a what? You have a laser? And they're like, yeah, look.
Well, why wouldn't they?
Like, why has no one ever heard of this?
Don't you want to have the most accurate way to like how else would we know it was 0.001 second?
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like, when these moments happen, they're like, oh yeah, we never told you about this, but this is how we do it. And it's like, why have we not known that?
I guess, yeah, that's true. I guess they could.
Why have y'all not told anybody about this?
They can incorporate it more. That could be kind of cool, actually. Laser close finish.
Man, what's going on this night? Yeah, I didn't know who that dude was. I was just kind of listening to y'all for a bit. I only got to watch a little bit of it, but
we should have had. Hey, Andy, do you want to call in right now and explain it to us?
Yeah, Andy, call me. We'll talk about it. Yeah, no, I don't know. They
invite him on.
You know, fast car guys always got some aces up their sleeve, and they're getting down to the bottom of things over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy, what are you doing? Hop on. But dude, all around great race.
I know shot you the invite, Andy.
I know Andy's celebrating, dude. Fucking a Larson win out of nowhere when he thought he wasn't going to get it, and then if that Kyle Busch spin doesn't happen, we're not talking about any of this.
Yeah, man. Kyle Busch also looking just real hot. Like that got me excited for RCR a little bit because I was like, okay, so they can figure it out sometimes.
How about Austin Dillon getting punted by the 45 car coming on the line?
Coming to the line, and all I do is hear it they're just like, oh, and Austin Dillon's involved, and they're just like zoomed in on Larson and Busher. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well,
I didn't even know they wrecked. I just saw the replay like posted in the group chat, and I was like, there was a wreck. I didn't even know.
Yeah, they said it like during after they crossed. I think Clint said it or something real quick, and I was just like, wait, what happened? They just never cut it. So I was like, oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah. And then Fox never even showed it. They never showed it once.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's just Fox being Fox. But
dude, is Kansas our best track?
We got Charlotte coming up. Let's see.
Charlotte's been good, but Kansas has hit the nail on the head every time.
But Charlotte the last 2 years has too. So you got to give Charlotte this 1 year.
Charlotte has, but I feel like the 600 last year was like it was all right.
Really?
Yeah,
no, the 600 last year was like the best race ever.
No, it was the year before that. Blaney won last year. Remember the rain out on Monday? Blaney won last year. 600 last year was kind of just like, it was good.
Shit, am I thinking of the 2 years?
You're thinking of 2022. That one was badass.
Here's Andy.
Hey, Andy, what up, baby?
Yo. All right, explain this to us.
Open your eyes.
Oh, there. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that hat. Look at that hat.
Yeah. Represent,
I'm still celebrating. Yeah. So
here's
our buddy that works in. What's that?
I said I'm repping Larson too. Late model.
Larson. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. So our buddy that works in timing and scoring. He came on later, so you probably didn't catch him, Dakota.
Okay.
But so he set up all the scoring loops and everything for the past couple years. Now he works further up in the tower, and he had some things to say off camera, but I'm not going to.
Understandable.
Yeah, but so what he was saying is the reason the transponders, when they cross the start finish line so close, and it showed Busher is first, Larson is second. The transponders actually send out. It's not like a straight line down over the scoring loop. It's actually like a triangular like beam that comes down, and there's a primary and a backup scoring loop. So if you look at the picture of the start finish line, like in the Atlanta picture you sent, the 3 wide, you can actually see like the cuts in the ground, which is 14 feet 6 inches from the painted line, essentially the painted line on the track, to the scoring loop. And they are mounted all the same in every single car. And so when Larson and Busher passed the start finish line over that scoring loop, it hit so fast, they were so close to each other that's what the computer could not pick up the difference in time.
Wow.
They actually said that it was less than 0.000. It was like closer than that. They're just saying it was 0.01 because of
rounding up.
That's the lowest they could measure, like on their computer systems.
Well, that's what killed me. Immediately they were like, "Oh, it's 0.000 finish," and I was like, "That's a tie."
Yeah.
Like, no,
I mean,
and I was like, "No, that's a tie. That's
just the same time.
That's the same time." And then they were like, "No, Larson won," and I was like, "How the fuck does that work?" But then they were like, "Actually, it was 001," and I was like, "Okay, what are we doing?"
Yeah, they did kind of a shitty job, like making it like.
Are we surprised?
Conspiracy, yeah.
Wait, okay, so then how did they determine it? If the computer was too close, what was the deciding factor?
They looked at the picture. Did you? I know it floated in the group chat, like the grainy looking picture with the 2 lines.
Yeah,
like they were drawn in like Microsoft Paint or whatever.
Yeah, right.
So that picture came from their high speed cameras. So on pit road, there is a pylon, like a pole that is lined up with the start finish line, and there are 2 high speed cameras on it. The picture looks shitty, but it's because of how they freeze the picture frame, because it's the camera is obviously picking up so many frames in a second.
Yeah.
That's why it looks like that. So what they were actually looking at was like a video in super slow motion, and that's how they were able to determine that. And the cameras, they draw that virtual line, which is the technical start finish line. The cameras draw that line, but the process of like calibrating that and everything, he told us is like they had to take them down during Vegas because of all the wind. He said when they set them back up the next morning for each race, it takes like 2 hours to calibrate those systems to make sure it is 100% accurate. Like it seems like there is a lot of fucking code. Get out of here.
No, he's saying he believes that Larson won.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Damn, Andy, the Larson hater. Who would have known?
Whoa.
Real. Yeah. So they make it sound like, you know, that NASCAR doesn't know what they're doing or whatever with it, but I mean, I trust him. He seemed very knowledgeable.
I don't think it's crazy. We're talking about it was this freaking close, and we could honestly not even almost see who won. Like, that's how close this finish was, and I think NASCAR's even like, oh shit, this really happened.
I agree, Cody. That's what I've been saying. The painted line at the end of the day really doesn't matter. It's more for show in this day and age.
Well, when it comes to professional racetracks and professional TV, I think somebody should put a level on
professionalism.
That paint a straight.
Put a little professionalism in it.
Professional TV with Fox, like that, the camera footage they showed of it looked horrible. Like you couldn't tell.
This finish is playing all across broadcasts across the world, and the finish line's doing like this. So we're talking about look how close the finish was on video. We're not showing laser, you know.
So would y'all have been happy if they would have called it obviously, Andy, you wouldn't have been. Dakota, would you have been happy if they would have called it a tie?
Pull a chalk line on that shit and fucking paint it.
Dakota, would you be happy with
if they called it a tie? Well, I saw something that said what they would have called it. They would have went to second and third most laps run or something.
Whoever led the most laps.
Whoever led the most laps would have got it.
Larson led 63 laps and Busher led 50 something, whatever. So he still would have won it. And it said that if they led the same amount of laps, then it would go to whoever finished second or third in laps led.
Stages or
literal dick measuring contest.
I honestly think it'd been probably funner if they were like it was a tie, but Larson led the most laps.
Yeah,
it'd probably been more fun. Actually, it'd been more shitty on Busher. Like it'd been like, wow, they really robbed him.
Yeah,
rock paper scissors.
I mean,
yeah. Hey, not to get out on
I feel bad.
Yeah,
Shit.
Everybody feels bad for Busher. I mean,
he ran. That was the best race he's had all season.
Again, don't feel too bad for Busher. He's been doing really well. I still am confident that he's going to be in the playoffs.
He's been in the shadows.
He's 11th in points right now. Like, why are we acting like he's like not doing well? Like
he's doing well. Like he's
currently in the playoff picture.
But like I want to see him running like faster.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, it's not like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. here. This is a guy in the playoff picture.
This isn't like Ryan Preece or Chase Briscoe.
Austin Dillon.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah. If this was Austin Dillon, people would be like, oh, damn, poor kid.
Oh, poor little Austin.
No one would say that. Everybody would be like, good, fuck him.
Yeah. Oh, spoon-fed, baby.
Cody, you clearly just started watching the episode because you're just saying all the same shit that we said.
No, I agreed, Cody. I said Busher fucked up when he didn't put Larson in the fucking wall.
That's what I'm saying. We just were saying all that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it was coming. Gloves off, coming to the win. Larson bodied him off of 4. And I was like,
right. I mean, he hit him.
Should have hit him first.
What's funny is like the Fox, like the TV broadcast of it, it looked like he doored the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
But if you watch the onboard from like Chase's view, like they hit, but it looked like just a hit.
Yeah.
Hey, Charles, get on here.
Just imagine if we had a good broadcast to like talk about that awesome finish to the line.
Yeah. Well, Kevin actually spoke this time, so
hey, Kevin's trying the best he can. Honestly, yeah. I mean, look at what he's dealing with.
He's the best one in the booth.
Yeah,
which makes it sound like you're not saying a lot, but I mean,
the new guy.
He's carrying him.
Speaking of booths, Junior.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, didn't that just drop today? Junior's going to what? TNT?
TNT.
And Amazon. Dude, imagine if he's like running shit over there or like lead doing stuff. Imagine how nice it's gonna be.
So I hate to cut you off, but I was watching the Dale Jr. download tonight, and he was talking about that. He said he's been like reading Reddit and all the social media stuff about like, how bad the broadcasts are.
Get off.
Good. Hey, it's like, got to be if Fox is setting the bar and Junior's doing it. I can only imagine how much nicer it's going to be.
Yeah, he said his goal was to like take what everybody's saying and try to implement that because they're starting fresh. Even though TNT's been in the sport before, like they're starting fresh and redoing this.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Honestly,
I was describing it to my wife. Like, could you imagine if a competitor of like somebody that was streaming UFC and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna pay Joe Rogan to be our commentator." Like Dale Jr. is the voice of NASCAR, and TNT and Amazon like just dropped their nuts on the table. They're like, "No, we're gonna get the biggest name."
Yeah. Hey, hey, we're gonna get this NASCAR thing. Who's like the biggest guy we could put on our show? Well, Dale Jr.'s like kind of NASCAR Jesus. Yeah, we'll pay him. What's his name?
I think he could. He owns like 35 to 40% of the NASCAR fan base. He just kind of owns.
Yeah,
like that's just like his
people who don't know who NASCAR is. People that don't know what NASCAR is or barely know about it, they know Earnhardt. They know the name. So
yeah,
you hear that like it's a no-brainer.
And also it's the fact that actual NASCAR fans respect his opinion too.
Yeah,
you know, because like non-NASCAR fans know Danica Patrick, but if you hire her, that's not going to go well. You know,
and he actually gives a shit.
Right.
Like Junior actually gives a shit about what's going on.
It's true.
All right, Andy, I'm gonna boot you. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Yeah, dude.
Oh damn, you're kicking Andy out?
Yeah, because we had to do the paint scheme draft.
Okay. Well, Andy, it was great talking to you.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of this. So
all right.
I'm gonna lay back down and watch this. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks for explaining this, Andy.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Guys.
Later.
Oh, I love Andy.
I know, I love Andy so much. No, I was like, we got to get through this, and we still have to do this whole paint scheme thing. All right, you want to do it? Snake draft?
Yeah. Like from fifth to first, like first being the best.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's however you want to pick it, right? So if you like, like an NFL draft,
Oh,
you
okay. Like
probably
you
want to pick
just
your
whoever you want to snag on your roster.
Yeah, and so for all the listeners, Darlington obviously is coming up. Unfortunately, the throwback is no longer the Southern 500, although that's what it should
Huge
be.
miss here. Like it's like you took a piece of sandwich and cut it in half. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's Southern 500 and Throwback Weekend. They should be one whole. Like
I miss having this conversation for the Southern 500.
It's like I don't get it. And then what was
Labor
the whole
Day
thing?
weekend.
Hey, what was the whole thing for splitting it up? Was sponsors wanted to be in the playoffs, weren't getting to pay for the scheme they wanted. Well, guess what? Southern 500 is not in the playoffs now. So what are we doing? What are we doing?
Interesting. That's a really good point.
They took it out of the playoffs.
Well, now they're just trying to keep this race alive because nobody's showing up because it's on Mother's Day.
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing is, I mean, hey, Pro Darlington over here. I love the place to death.
No,
I love
All-Star. You can't make the throwback All-Star. Also,
yeah, it's too much. That's too much. That's over full. So is it just just one race? Southern 500 Throwback Weekend, I think, is a lot more pristine than like, oh yeah, we go twice and one of them's a throwback race. And you're like, huh? Oh yeah, and the other one, it's a crown jewel, but like it's a crown jewel. Like
here's the deal. It's the closest track to me. So ideally I would like 2 dates just so I can go to more races because
you don't even get to go to that first one.
But exactly. I'm not going to that one already. So just at least give me my throwback schemes when I do go.
Right.
It's Mother's Day, dude. I'm not going. Like I got a wife and my mom lives 20 minutes from here. So
you got shit to do.
I got shit to do. I can't drive an hour and a half to go out there on Mother's Day. Run it Saturday night. I'll be there, baby. I'll be there with my wife. She'll be there with me.
Yeah.
So anyway, this year we do have some banger throwback paint schemes that
I'm very proud. That's the only thing. I'm very proud that like some teams weren't just like being lazy this year. They're like,
well, last year we were bitching about this.
Yeah, like why is nobody running the throwback?
Yeah.
Like,
and remember the conversation, literally, I think the topic for the episode was, is the throwback weekend dead?
Yeah.
I think that was literally the title of the episode.
Yeah, and I just think it should be mandatory. I think like, hey, you need to run a throwback. I don't care if it's one of your old cars. Like run like because when like 10 cars do it and the rest just run the regular cars, you're like, well, what the fuck? There's some bangers this year, and I appreciate some of the nods. Like some of them are just like, oh, okay, like cool, I guess.
Not only should it be mandatory, but I also think it should be era specific, like they used to try to push. And they still might try to push it. I don't know. I don't really hear about the rules anymore. But back when they started this thing, that was the whole intent, was like, oh, this is going to be the 70s era. This year we're going to do the 80s. You remember that? It was like every year they tried to push the era.
A time period.
Yeah. I wish they would make it mandatory, though. I wish they would say, y'all all got to do it, because then it would actually work. But for what we have got in the past couple of years, this year is pretty awesome. Honestly, it's given me some faith again in the throwback weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Like just seeing some of these banger schemes, I'm like, oh man, I wish I was going to like, so I could see that car.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing that I'm like, damn. I'm like, can I go? I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna do, for the audience, we are doing a snake draft for our top 4. We're just gonna do top 4. Right. There's a lot of good ones, but we just kind of want to stick with the best. So we're like, there's 8 like really, really good ones. We'll stick with 8. So who should go first? It's a snake draft, so
the
first person gets the first pick. Okay, that means you get pick 2, 1, and 2 back to back.
Oh, really? I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm new to this.
No, it's cool. Yeah, that's so that's
you get the first pick. I get second and third.
Yeah, so you're first and you're second back to back, and then I get my third and my fourth.
Okay, then I get my fourth or third and fourth. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Deal. So it's me, then you, then back to you, then me, then back to me, then to you, and back to you. Yeah. Okay, that's right. All right. So my first pick, and I'm teeing you up, honestly, for maybe the best one, but I can't not pick Austin Dillon's throwback paint scheme.
That's
It's
your
my
first
boy.
one?
Yeah, dude, that's my pick one, dude. That's I think that is maybe the best, if not the best, number 2.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, 1998, Dale Earnhardt. I love that. I think maybe my only
I wish
other,
the number was black.
Yeah, that is true.
It was
And
black
I mean,
on the original. That's one of the
I know,
but
because
I love it.
I have the junior hat now with the black
Yeah,
too, so it would have been perfect.
Yeah, wear that someday.
I do agree. I like that they didn't put the big fat like Chevy logo up there. They put Club instead.
Yeah,
if you remember that. I think that actually looks a little bit better. But no, I love this paint scheme.
That gold
the 3 always does a great one.
Well, when they ran those 50th anniversary cars years ago at Daytona,
the gold, yep,
I loved those cars, dude.
Yeah, that's like I got all the merch from that one, from that drop.
Iconic.
I wanted to get the shirt from this one, but honestly, I'm not in love with the big front prints anymore, and that's all they sold. They didn't have just the 3 with the back print. So I don't want to sound like a poser because I'm not like a big fan of his, but I did buy the Ross Chastain throwback shirt.
You bought the shirt?
So you know, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just that cool of a shirt, dude. I was like, I gotta get it. Yeah.
You know, Kevin ran that car in 2000.
I know he did. Yep. I know.
Yeah,
so
I got that shirt. That diecast. What?
Well, how often do they release tie-dye shit? And you know I love tie-dye shit.
Oh, so no, I love that shirt. I literally was like,
Samantha, and she was like, you have to get that shirt. So
yeah, I loved it. I didn't know you were such a Ross Chastain fan.
God, I knew it was coming, dude.
That car goes so hard. That actually, like Kevin's diecast of that year, that's like it's not a crown jewel diecast, but it's like a rare one that's like hard to find, sort of.
Oh, really?
For a good deal, you can find it for like really expensive.
Are you gonna get?
No, I have. No, I'm not gonna get Russ's. I have Kevin's car like that, but it took me a while to get it when I finally got it.
If Ross wins, would you consider getting?
No.
Really?
I don't want the shit. All their new shit sucks, so I don't buy any of their new shit.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, yeah, just for the products alone. That's
fair. They want $150 for a shitty piece of shit diecast.
Yeah, that's fair. I can.
Old diecasts were made really well and with pride.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go out and buy one anymore. That's a good point.
Yeah, new diecasts are trash. All right, well, you really teed me up because I'm about to come out fucking swinging Hail Marys.
What current schemes do you think will be highly desirable throwback to see in 20? You know what? Let's follow up with that
because we will that after our picks.
Yeah, I'm coming right back to that,
dude. You can't deny that.
I know.
The goddamn 5 car.
Yeah, dude.
The Kellogg.
That's why I said that is probably the best one.
The Kellogg's because I thought that was going to be your first pick. So I was like,
I was worried. I was worried since you had 2 back-to-back. If I didn't pick the 3, you would take it, and then I would.
The 3 was right there with them.
See, and I was going to be bitter in my heart if it wasn't on my side, so I had to take it.
I had to take it.
I'm with you though. Larson's is incredible.
I think the 5 takes the weekend, dude. The 5 is like just because it's an iconic old school. Everybody knows that car. You don't even have to watch NASCAR to know that car.
Samantha was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that car. Like that's everybody knows the car.
That's like '90s fucking chic right there. Of like Dale Earnhardt spun him at Bristol. Everybody knows that clip. Like that car, dude, that car is just like you see it and it's like Spinal Tap to your childhood.
I will say though, my one thing because the 4 number even works perfectly with the Kellogg. Like
I don't hate it. Like the 4 number, I'm like, wow, it looks really good.
Well, because I think because of the slant I think with the font slant, it kind of works, like it kind of already looked forward a little bit. So
so sometimes like with these throwbacks, the 4 number kind of you're like, all right, like all right.
Like honestly, the 3. That's the one bummer about the 3 is like it's a little too forward.
But this one works really well. Like the 5 looks so good. Like I want some merch from that, and I'm not even you know who I am. Like.
The one issue I will say that I have with that 5 scheme is it reminds you of how much cooler the 5 car could look every fucking week.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like I know that was just a normal scheme.
Just imagine, like they actually could just make the car look like that. It doesn't have to be that exact thing, but they could do cool schemes.
It reminds me how much I hate the Hendrix fucking blue scheme. I hate that goddamn scheme.
It's the reason I can't be like a real Larson fan, honestly.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to tell you all last week. I said I like Larson, but something about seeing him
Oh, sure you were.
something about seeing Hendrick blue drives me nuts.
Yeah, no, I do agree though. Like,
if all the blue was black, I'm sold.
yeah, that's a good point. Actually, you know what? That's true. Just make it black. I would probably lean
I'd
into
be
it.
sold, but I hate that fucking scheme, and I hate that car, and it's
all they ever run.
That's what he runs every week. And hey, I love a solid primary, but fuck that car. I hate that scheme.
Isn't that kind of funny that we are always bitching about like how nobody runs solid primaries and he does, and we're just like, God, I hate that scheme so much.
Yeah,
but it's like true.
You've seen it forever. You're like, dude, do something else.
They own that font to the 5. Just make that, you know,
and that's
make
one thing that would kill me being a Larson fan is like you don't get to get excited in the off season. You're just like, I know what next year's car will look like. Yeah, I guess. Byron is Ricky reincarnated.
All right, now you get the next pick.
Going to my second pick. You already teed him up. You brought out the shirt. The fucking one, Arash Chastain.
Dude, I bought the shirt, and you're gonna take that pick from me.
That Busch Light car is sexy as fuck, dude. I can't wait to see it on the track. Like, that car is gonna look so fucking good. I hope Ross runs good because God, that looks good. Like that. Then seeing the can in the background of the image.
Yeah.
Like,
yes. The throwback.
Maybe want a Busch. I literally was like, I want to drink one of those right now.
Yeah, true. I really do want to drink a Busch. When I bought that shirt, I was like, I'm gonna wear this to like day parties and day drinking because that's what I'm gonna want to do in this shirt. I saw like AD dropped his throwback when we were at Dega, and I was like, well, nobody's topping this. And I think it was like the next day Larson dropped his, and I was like, oh shit. And then we see Ross's, and I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on
around here?
Yeah, those were all. I mean, those are solid picks, man. So I think the top 3 just got kind of taken off the board, to be honest. But let's see. I have a couple good choices here. Obviously, there's all of Hendrick. You know what? I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna go the 4, Josh Berry.
Really, dude? You're fucking wild.
Yeah, dude, I really like that paint scheme.
That car kind of reminds me of like the Sterling Marlin Coors Light car.
Yeah, and I think that's why I really like it. I like the simplicity of it, and I like that it's a throwback to Rodney as a driver, like late model.
Yeah.
And also it has the palmetto tree on it. So
I didn't even notice that. Oh yeah.
And Harrison's.
Yeah, cool. I didn't even really realize that.
Yep.
Yeah, the sponsor has that cool logo. I remember.
I know.
All right. Now your next one.
Oh shit, that's right. Now I got another one. Okay. So here I'm gonna probably go Hendrick just because they do have a lineup. Man, that's so tough because like Chase's 9 is just a nice homage to like Junior with Daytona 500 win. That's just like iconic. That Jeff Gordon scheme always looks sick though.
Yes, it does.
Are you a hater of the Jeff Gordon scheme? I can't tell.
No, I like the throwback. I think they missed it on the front end.
You know what I'm going? I'm going Bowman.
Okay, really?
Yeah, I'm going Bowman. I think it's really cool
I like
to see that old Jimmy Johnson car back.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of the good old days.
So. Yeah, reminds me of the 2000s, the last great era. Oh yeah. All right, that was you took.
All right, now you get 2 picks, 3 and 4.
All right, 3 and 4. And which ones do you have so far?
Okay, I have Austin Dillon off the board, Josh Berry, and Alex Bowman.
Okay. All right, well,
you got 2 bangers back to back though. You got Larson and Ross. I feel like I've teed you up to kind of win this thing. To be honest.
Well, I'm gonna take the Chase Elliott Dale Jr. fucking throwback. I love that. As much as I hated fucking Chase Elliott, that car is like, oh, dude, sick. Like good nod. They killed it. It flows. It flows well.
Yeah, my only thing is I was never a huge fan of that paint scheme, to be honest.
It was one of those while I was watching it, I was like, yeah, whatever, that National Guard car. But then like when that went away and like Junior did other stuff, and then Junior retired. I was like, wow, I didn't really realize how much I liked that car.
Really?
It was a
I
gold
just
number.
I still remember looking back and being like, I remember the win, and that was cool. And still looking back and being like, I wish that was a cooler paint scheme when he won.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like just a little era of like Junior's last hurrahs, you know.
Hey, I picked the 48 purely because of the Jimmy Johnson paint scheme.
Yeah, that's like I just kind of reminds me of like 2010 to 2015, like Dale Jr.
Yeah, that's fair. I totally get it.
I'm gonna come out of left field, and I'm gonna take my number 4, and I'm gonna say the 6 car Brad Keselowski.
Damn, that's a great pick. Actually,
I know
that was my sleeper pick.
It's kind of like not NASCAR. It's like a rally car or whatever the hell.
No, I love that one.
That's a clean ass scheme. Like whatever that on a Cup car, like that whole car looks good.
That is a sick scheme.
I like the big sponsor, the chrome number. The whole car looks great.
The like curvy lines. It's really cool looking.
Yeah, I really dig it.
That was gonna actually be my sleeper last pick. I was holding out because I was like, oh, maybe he'll forget about the 6 car. But that was gonna be my sleeper. You snagged it, dude. Good.
I like my lineup.
Fucking pick. Favorite National Guard car, that gold 88. That's true. Maybe the 88 it looked better too. I forgot the gold 88 was kind of sick. The 9 is just kind of like, ugh. I don't know. It's hard to get behind the 9. All right. Well, you picked what I was gonna pick. What should I pick now? You know what? We picked all the. I'm gonna go with the 21.
I dig it, dude. I really dig the 21.
Yeah, right.
All black.
Yeah, and it has like the dirt underneath.
Yeah, like it looks like an old car that was raced on a dirt track or something.
Well, it says it was called the Leonard Wood Special.
Yeah,
one of the very first cars they fielded back in 1953.
Yeah, Jesus Christ,
dude, that's sick. I like just looking at just the design and scheme. Like Burton's got a cool car, so I'm gonna go 21. I feel like your list probably beat mine. I'm gonna go ahead and admit that right now.
That's nobody's fault but yours.
Yeah, I had to take my boy right out the gun. I feel like I kind of got screwed with the first pick, but it's okay. We live to fight another day.
I think Darlington's gonna be awesome. It's always like no matter even like it's not sub 500, but any race at Darlington's always gonna be fun. Yeah, a little shorter race. Like
Darlington's been bangers the past couple of years with these new cars.
Yeah. I see like a Truex or a Hamlin incoming. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be a good little race. I guess it's daytime. I haven't looked.
You think Truex or Hamlin, huh?
I was just kind of like leaning. That's just what I was saying.
I think Chevy is the very obvious pick here, right?
Ooh, really? Yeah, it's a 3:00 race.
I mean, Chevy's won the last 3 races here.
Ooh, did not know that. Yeah, Larson went incoming, actually.
Larson, Byron, Eric Jones.
Ooh.
2022.
Yeah.
In the Southern 500.
Yeah.
Who in the chat? Somebody said watch for the Jones win.
Yeah, I don't even know if Eric's back yet. RIP is back.
Yeah, I think somebody in the chat was just saying that because they were like, "Oh yeah, he won here 2 years ago."
Friend Joseph. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna go on.
I think it's gonna be a good race though.
Yeah, I think the race is gonna be good. It usually always is. We're gonna have tire wear for sure, and I just hope we have some good. Remember, this is the one last year where Larson and Ross like just sent it into one.
I think people need to. I think people need to watch their expectations though after what we just experienced at Kansas.
Yeah, I'm worried. All high right now, and we're just gonna see an ass spanking Larson win Sunday and be like, oh.
Well, that would probably not be good for the sport, but yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried people are gonna be like, "Oh, that was just okay," and we're gonna be like, "Dude, that was like a solid like 7.8." You know, like that was a great race. Stop complaining. I'm just worried we're teeing up one of those weekends. But you know what? If that's the weekend we get, I don't care because I'm going to enjoy the race while I'm sitting my ass on the couch enjoying this great Darlington race on Mother's Day. It's going to be a good race. I'm excited.
Dude, we got a good stretch here. We went to damn Kansas, Darlington, North Wilkesboro. I'm going to be optimistic with the repave. We'll see what happens. It's still North Wilkesboro. And then the Coke 600. That's a stout fucking rate. Is that even the schedule?
Yeah, the Coke 600 is after North Wilkesboro. Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit.
I think
That's
Kyle
like,
Busch shows up maybe. Yeah, we're about to get into picks.
that's like
Dennis
2
the
weeks from
Menace
now.
gonna win. Okay. Oh, also we never mentioned this. What current schemes do you think will be highly desired? Just a couple real quick. The
That
problem with
stupid fucking 5 scheme.
well, exactly. So the problem is the only ones I think will be the ones that we are really reoccurring, you know, and in the current system, current model
Any
is
of
they're
Denny's
changing paint
FedEx
schemes
cars,
every
perhaps.
weekend. So it's gonna be like Denny, you know, Joey, like guys
Yeah,
that we know the paint
Joey's
schemes.
car will be like a honorable throwback in like 10 years or something.
I know Kyle Busch's M&M is no longer current, but that's obviously going to be one. Like it's the ones that drivers have been in for a long periods of time because that's what people are going to remember. Like no one's going to look back and remember those one-off paint schemes, unfortunately,
Dale
and that's
Jr.'s
mostly what
Infinity
we
car.
have. Yeah,
Yeah, like today's racers. Maybe like an interstate batteries, you know, maybe like a throwback to one of those.
Oh, but a current. He's saying like a current active driver.
Yeah, I'm
paint
saying
scheme.
like the interstate battery schemes that Gibbs runs.
Yeah, but those are already throwbacks to the old interstate battery scheme.
No, they're new. Like they're different. They're always
Yeah,
different.
but come on, it's all the same shit
Oh,
with the
okay.
lightning bolts. Like it's just an updated version of the old paint scheme.
All right.
I mean, you're technically right, yes, but that is just an homage to the old.
The Wood Brothers 21.
All right, and that wraps up that topic. That was the best answer. That was the best answer you could have given.
The 34 Love.
Yeah, I just it's just gonna be, you know, Ally, unfortunately. Hendrick, unfortunately.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, none of the good ones.
Napa scheme.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Oh, that is gonna be a big one. Ugh.
Yeah. I like that white when they do that white Napa that he ran at Kansas. I like that one.
Yep. Yeah, they have a couple decent ones hidden in there.
Yeah, somebody's like, I'm throwing it back to Harrison Burton.
Who?
Yeah, what?
All right. You want to do picks for Darlington?
Let's do it. You had to pick win last week.
Brad's King's Hawaiian. Yeah, honestly, that will be a good
I
one
love that car. It goes hard.
Yeah, all of Brad's cars nowadays.
Yeah, Brad's. I mean, I wonder if he's like, yeah, I guess I like it, or if he's like, no, I want it to look like this.
If it's not him, whoever is saying I want it to look like this is doing a great job, and they should get a pay raise.
They're killing schemes over there.
Yeah,
I love
they
it.
are. Good for them. All right, underdog pick, Harrison Burton, right out the gate.
That's who you're taking?
That's who I'm taking right out the gate. He's on a sick paint scheme. And last year for this race, he finished 6th.
Wow, did not know that.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. So there you go.
You know who I'm taking as underdog?
Who are you picking? Hold on, I'm going to write it down.
This is going to be crazy. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's always got some like wild, crazy, like 9th, 10th.
Oh, yeah, I kind of forget that he's like
he sits up in there and gets a finish out of these things.
Yeah, for sure. He is just and you know what? I would love to see him do good. That's the thing. I don't know why. About which one? I mean, both picks, I guess. But Harrison Burton, I imagine.
I was trying to go wild card.
Maybe he's talking about the Harrison
pick Ty Gibbs every week.
That's the thing. I was trying to think of somebody else too.
That's what I was. I was like, I don't want to just keep picking Ty Gibbs. And I don't like
you know what? And you know what? What's he done lately to prove to me that he's going to be the guy? Dude,
I can't believe that Poole didn't body him in the group chat or Connor with the.
Oh yeah, right.
Like, oh, where did he finish though? Because Noah finished top 10 and tied it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was like, why? We were talking like me and Cody were talking like, I wish Poole would have bodied him.
Yeah, great opportunity.
Is Eric back? I haven't even heard anything.
Underdog Barry, Josh Berry.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Eric is back.
Okay. Well, I mean, Eric would be good. I didn't know he was racing.
All right. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
My lock is gonna be Willie B.
he always gets in and like when nobody's talking about him, he fucking wins.
Yeah, and he's won here last year, so I mean, come on, it's Willie B.
Willie B's gonna be good. That car is gonna look good. He's gonna be fast, and just along with you with going with Chevys and Hendricks, you know who I'm taking? The 5 car of Kyle Larson in the Kellogg scheme.
Dude, I swear to God. If he wins after this shit, oh man.
You gotta, it will be a great clip.
I hope I get to clip this and I'll just put egg on my
Kyle Larson in the Kellogg scheme is gonna win this weekend, and I think it's gonna be a badass race for him.
That would be sick. That would be sick. I think
he's gonna win all of May, Indy 500, all these races, blah 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 blah. Yeah, Larson, I'm sorry, Charles. Yep. Larson's probably gonna win this thing.
Yeah,
he's so hot right now.
Yeah, he is. He is hot right now. So, good picks. Good picks. I think those are honestly great picks all around. And what was the last one that you won? That was like not long ago, right?
I don't even got my notebook with me. I picked somebody
recently. Either way, we're getting hot. Is all I'm saying.
We're heating up.
The podcast is getting hot right now. So,
I picked Denny at Dover. See,
dude, we're getting hot right now.
Yep,
we're getting hot right now, and I'm feeling these picks. These 4 right here. These are good picks. Just to wrap it up real quick, Stewart-Haas Racing.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the charter. They're getting rid of a charter or 2. Who do we? If you're picking 2 guys,
Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Oh, Larson's going off.
Fuck yeah, dude!
I forgot about that, dude. It is. They were celebrating it. Oh,
hula.
Larson for his people, dude.
Yeah, he's putting on for his people, bro.
Hell yeah!
If you had to pick 2 people at Stewart-Haas that don't come back next year, which 2 are out?
2?
Yeah.
I think Priest is the obvious first one out. What was that tweet situation not long ago where Noah
they were having like constructive meetings talking about pre-race notes and diagnosing like the races, and Priest wasn't invited.
Yeah. He tweeted that. He responded that I didn't get the invite.
Yeah, they were having Noah, Chase, and Barry were having pre-Kansas meetings, data sharing, and they were sitting down taking notes, talking about lines. And
wasn't it Bob that tweeted? So somebody tweeted this, right?
Yeah, somebody tweeted this, and then Priest was like, "What?" Responded
saying, "I didn't hear about this."
Yeah,
I don't know if he's trolling, if it's a joke, or if I mean, it seems like every sign is pointing to Priest losing his ride.
I mean, yeah, he was running 34th straight up at Kansas.
And he doesn't have a personality, and I think he's the obvious choice to lose out. But
I've never been a fan of Priest. I've always thought he was a waste of time and money.
Remember, I said that a long time ago. I said I'll eat my words if I'm wrong, but I don't see it, and I've said that years ago.
He's I don't know. I mean, they're all great race car drivers. I just don't see Priest doing anything ever.
5-1 on the 5th of May. Whoa.
That's crazy.
Briscoe, Barry, and Noah. Yeah. Okay, so let's say we have to pick somebody else other than Priest, because it seems like Priest is the obvious choice. Then who are we thinking? Because I think okay, I was going to say I think it's between Barry or Briscoe.
I think Noah's bringing in Best Pro. He's clearly running the best right now. He's a marketable figure. I forget Barry exists, honestly, besides the 4-car. I was in Talladega, and I watched half the race before I even was like, oh, fuck, there's a 4-car on the track. I forgot I haven't even looked at it. Barry's he's a great driver, but he's not doing much. Briscoe's the same way. I forget Briscoe's in the race sometimes.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask.
Sometimes
what do you mean?
He's up in 10th, and I'm like, oh, shit, look at Briscoe. Look at him go. And there's just the 14 car hasn't done anything in 10 years. The 4-car ain't done nothing in a couple of years. I think Barry and Noah are the newest to the team, and I think you'd be better off putting your marbles in those baskets going forward and trying to make a team around those 2. Briscoe can hey man, good luck to you. We'll see you later. I think Briscoe and Priest are out. I don't know, but it's all sponsor dollars, and there's the Mahindra deal and
you
all
think
that.
Briscoe's out and Barry stays with Noah?
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think that's the ideal situation. I think Barry has a higher ceiling than Briscoe for sure. I think he shows more like future talent than Briscoe. Maybe I'm totally wrong. It's just pure speculation. I was just looked it up, and Briscoe is ahead of Barry in points. But laps
it's
led.
Barry's rookie season. Briscoe's in his 4th or 5th season.
Yeah, and laps led. Briscoe's got 12. Barry's got 31. I mean, I don't know. That means something to me. So, in an ideal world, I would rank them Noah, Barry, Briscoe, Priest.
I think Noah's safe. People were talking about Noah getting kicked out, and I'm like, I think Noah's clearly showing like he's here.
My only concern is I don't know if that's how the team ranks it. I don't know if I think they might cut Barry before Briscoe if it came down to it, just because Briscoe's there longer.
Yeah. And I could totally see that happening just as well.
Yeah, and Briscoe's Tony's boy, like supposedly.
Yeah. I think it's between Barry and Briscoe.
Briscoe stay, my prediction. Yeah. I'm back and forth between those. But yeah, it seems like Priest is the obvious out.
Look how the 10 car ran the last 5 seasons. Right. And look how it's running right now.
Yeah, I mean.
That's like, or take all of Eric Almirola's next gen stats against Noah's this year. I think they're like
Yeah, I mean Noah's staying.
Yeah, Noah has as many top 10s this year as Eric Almirola had all of last season.
It's just kind of crazy that like Stuart Haas is potentially about to be a 3-car team.
Or a 2-car team. Or did you see the screenshot I sent?
No, what?
About Furniture Row merging with Stuart Haas.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's a rumor. I sent it in the group chat.
Oh, you sent it in the group chat?
Yeah, it's a rumor that Stuart Haas will go to 2 charters, and Furniture Row and Stuart Haas they're gonna buy each other out, whatever. They're gonna merge, and it could be, I don't know what the name would be, but like
Front Row. You're saying Furniture Row.
Oh, front row. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
Oh my god, I was like, dude, Furniture Row's coming back. What the fuck?
I was trying to say front row. No, like Michael McDowell and Todd Gilliland.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. You know what I meant.
Thank you, Cody. I had so many questions, dude. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on.
It was the F row. I'm just reminiscing old days.
Martin Truex Jr. is going.
I did it for Throwback weekend. I was a throwback. So Front Row and Stuart Haas are talking about merging. There's a rumor that they could be merging and making a 4-car team.
Okay.
Stuart Haas sells 2 charters, takes that money, buys out Front Row.
Interesting. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, that's just crazy, man. The downfall of Stuart Haas Racing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Jeez, Cooper.
You
invited him to the chat. Look at the viewers right now, baby. Nice.
Cooper's in here dropping bombs.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Stuart Haas Racing. It's unfortunate to watch the downfall. I think it all kind of started when like Tony really started taking a big step back and getting less and less involved in NASCAR in general. This is where we're at.
It all happened with this new goddamn car, honestly.
I think it kind of just lined up with Tony being like, I'm fucking done with all this. You know?
Yeah, I'm good, dude. I'm getting laid now. So
I don't know if y'all have tried this, but I'm getting laid now and I don't really care anymore. I'm just going to go like do dirt racing and drag racing or whatever.
Yeah, I'm doing this other shit, dude.
Which driver takes this silly shit?
Cooper thinks.
I don't know. One of the 5 drivers you're a fan of?
You know what kills me? Is I love Cooper and Bailey, but every week in our weekly bet series, they're like, I haven't fucking won. This is bullshit. And I was like, every week y'all choose Noah Gragson and Josh Berry. They just keep like I think Cooper picks Josh Berry every week. And I think he's doing
that's like when I was mad at Dega and you're like, I mean, what did you expect? And I was like, yeah.
What did you think was gonna happen?
That was such a good response.
With all due respect.
I picked the 19 this week. Terrible pick.
Damn, you almost won them.
Yeah, I know.
I really want Bailey and Cooper to win one.
Well,
I've only won once. Goddamn, Andy wins like every fucking week.
all right.
All right. Well, that's another badass episode brought to you by working dads across America and Modelo.
There you go. We've lost all of our sponsors, so
yeah. Brought to you by Modelo.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week.
We'll holler at y'all next week. Throwback, baby. I'll start next weekend.
Yeah. I'll be I'll probably record the episode from the hotel room in North Wilkesboro.
I was gonna say we got to figure that out. We'll switch it up.
Yeah. Well, I'll have all my stuff.
I'll pay you. Sorry. All right, homies.
All right. Now that they're asking for money, we got to go. Bye.